Good morning, dear honorable judges and friends. Today, we are going to share our opinions about video game addiction. First of all, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Jerry.
And my name is Anthony.
And our team name is Endeavors. Because today, we are going to work hard to help those who are addicted to video games by giving them advice on how to get rid of this trouble. To begin with, we need to know the definition of video game addiction. Considering the influences on the adolescent's mental health, video game addiction was added to one of the psychoses with the official name, gaming disorder, by World Health Organization in 2018. According to WHO, a person has to meet 3 conditions before being diagnosed as gaming disorder. First, the person has an impaired control over gaming. Second, the situation keeps escalating despite the occurrence of negative impacts on the person's personal, family, social, or other important areas. Third, the phenomenon has been evident for at least 12 months. A few months after WHO declared the announcement, Taiwan National Health Research Institute immediately carried out a survey which investigated 8,110 adolescent gamers. According to the statistics, 3.1% of the adolescents were classified as gaming disorder, which means there are 3 out of 100 adolescents suffering from a psychosis, and it is a serious problem we need to face. Now, let me introduce Anthony to you. He had been addicted to video games for over 5 years. He will tell you how it feels to be addicted, why he was addicted, and how to get rid of this addiction.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony, and today I'm here to let people know how it feels to be addicted to video games and how to stop this addiction. First of all, I want to let you know that I was addicted to video games for more than 5 years. And how do I know that I was addicted? Because I couldn't control myself from playing video games. When I was doing other activities that weren't as stimulating, I had this stressed and uncomfortable feeling in me. Only watching videos, most of the time, only watching videos and playing video games could give me this happy and comfortable feeling. And only in video games could I have this sense of achievement and superiority. At that time, I wasn't good with schoolwork and lived a pretty awful life in general. And about 1 year ago, I rid myself of this addiction. Now, how did this happen? Well, basically, it was because I was counseled by my pastor. She advised me to replace half of the time that I spent video gaming with other activities such as reading the Bible. And I decided to replace all the time video gaming with reading the Bible.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so I went from playing video games all day to reading all day. It is because of this process that I could study by myself and be confident of myself on being able to read or study all day. So from what I just said, we can know why people can't get rid of this addiction. I think the biggest reason why is because they can't control themselves, and also they wouldn't know what to do after they stopped playing the games. Therefore, my advice for those who want to stop playing video games is replace the time video gaming with something else, which is other activities. It could be exercising, reading, or even writing a book. Slowly but surely, you're spending less time on video games. And finally, I want to encourage people to show those who are addicted to video games love. Because most of the time, it is because they can't control themselves, so they keep playing. Therefore, in the end, I hope the best for everyone.
for listening.
Q&A session.
Okay, it's a quite inspiring story because it's out of your own experience, right? But from the first speaker, you say that this kind of addiction, they have to meet 3 conditions according to the WHO.
Yeah.
So it should be diagnosed by some professional doctors. And so I have to ask Anthony. Anthony. Okay. Anthony, did you have this kind of diagnosis, or since you just skip directly to the Bible? Yeah. And so did you turn to any kind of help from the doctor?
Not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. I just, because at that time I had, to be honest, I had problems with my family also. So yeah, it's a lot of reasons that led me to be addicted to video games. And by addicted I mean I couldn't control myself from playing games. I had to play it, or else when I was not playing video games, it didn't feel well. It's hard to express that feeling because you have to experience it yourself to know what I'm saying, because it's not something that I can tell you. I can tell you very simply, it's just craving. Yes, it's continuous craving when you don't have video games. Yeah. For those who are addicted, I can tell you that. Yeah, and I didn't have a diagnosis, not at all. It's just
I don't know, because it's quite magical. Yes, you just get into the world of God, and you just
exchanging it for reading, right?
Yeah.
And it's just my own decision. I didn't know that I would replace all the time gaming with reading. Yeah.
You mentioned 3 things that you will be diagnosed as a gaming disorder.
Yes.
Like the first one, you cannot stop doing it.
Yes.
The third one is you can, like for 12 months, you will be diagnosed as a disorder. The second one was?
The situation keeps escalating.
Escalating, you cannot stop it, right?
Yes.
Anthony, do you think it is an escape for you because you have a family problem, so you escape the problem, so you keep on playing the video?
Now,
it was not escaping.
I think this is a good question, a very good question, because to be honest, I was let out. My parents were too busy. Right? It's very simple. I had no one really came and talked to me, and I was in my own room. So how is it escaping? I think at that time I didn't know it was called escaping. At that time I just thought, oh, I'll sit here, I'll play my computer, and I didn't know that I was escaping the room. Now that I look back at it, I think yes, it is escaping. Yes.
But in case, like for example, if you really don't know what's going on, is it a medical issue that you have to go and see a doctor, like for example, or psychology or whatever, psychiatrist?
I think.
To whom will we go in case?
I think we should go to see a doctor about psychology, because it's about mental health. And I'm not sure if it can be cured by eating medicines, but I think what we need to do is find a person to talk. So maybe the doctor is a first choice you can talk to.
Yes, or you're a school counselor in case you're a student, right? You have to go and see your counselor.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations. Okay, well done.
Thank you.